Welcome to Wanna Bet, the daily gambling game show that takes betting seriously, but not much else. Get our favorite plays on the totals, sides, props, exotics, and futures to jump on now. So let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Subject som kräver konsolbabba konsolfelina. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben.
Hey there. Happy Saturday. I'm Jason. That's Ben. This is Wanna Bet. We do this 7 days a week. We have lobsters. We have kangaroos. We have a janky clock. We have loyal viewers that we very much appreciate. And we have a format unlike pretty much anybody else in this industry because we don't just turn the page on yesterday. We tell you how we did, what we're doing well, what we're not doing well. We keep score of every bet, even futures. We try to show all our work and be as transparent as can be. And before we get to our Saturday bets, where there's obviously a monster card of college hoops, and there's some NBA we like, and there's a Premiership game that hasn't kicked off yet that I like, and it's obviously a Super Bowl tomorrow. We do start off by talking about yesterday. Beltway Ben, I've noticed a new trend. When one of us threaten a yellow card on the other, that person who is threatened by the card comes out and produces.
Yes.
It happened with Shengun. I brandished a yellow card on you a few days back. I was a little misguided in my calculations on your hit rate with Shengun. He came out, did the job. You took a little bit of umbrage with me going back on the Dominic Calvert-Lewin train with the mighty Leeds United yesterday. He scored the third goal. They went up 3-0. I didn't give out the money line here. I said I liked it, but I haven't had a lot of success with it. But I did like Leeds money line as well, which covered. The Pistons destroyed the Knicks. If you watch Union Berlin-Frankfurt, how there wasn't a third goal in there is pretty ridiculous. Neither team could defend. Both kept handing the ball over, turnover after turnover, chance in the box, chance for penalties, whatever. Somehow we didn't get the third goal, but the second goal, both late goals, kept us alive for the Bundesliga parlay today. And we split in college hoops. Look, Yale dominated the first 5 minutes and last 5 minutes of that game. They end up not covering the 15. They end up winning by 11. But, man, it was a weird game. They let Brown dominate like one 20-minute stretch and found themselves down by 7 or 8. Still could have covered. And then Loyola Chicago, that train, much like the Kangaroos of UMKC, Beltway Ben, that train's always on time.
It always is. Great call. There. Yes, the yellow card is a thing. Hopefully that continues if we do pull out yellow cards. I mean, we might as well yellow card every bet. But no.
Yeah, I know, seriously.
It was good for that to cash. My night did not go so well. St. John's was a great call. Miles Turner's 3 attempts was a great call. And outside of that, it wasn't much else. I was happy to see my guy Patino get the win at the Garden against Hurley. 2 really good coaches there. That was a fun game to watch. I got a little nervous there. But the 3 that my guy knocked in, the lefty, great transfer, by the way. The portal was good to Patino. He was smart with how he built this team. And I'm hoping, again, I'm not a St. John's fan. I root for them because I like Patino. But I'm hoping that people start respecting them a little bit more. I mean, there were some bad things being said about that team. They're a lot better than how they look. But no, I did like that one. Dylan Darling was the one who knocked down the big 3. Outside of that, though, Cedric Coward, efficient, but I mean, when you shoot 6 shots or 5 shots, you're not going to be able to get over that number. He knocked down the shots that he got, but he wasn't as aggressive as I wanted. Northern Iowa, that was the team who I loved yesterday and decided to chuck in the Timberwolves. No way they lose to the Pelicans, right? At home? Oh, well, no, they did. They blew an 18-point lead in the second half. We lost our NBA parlays. Coward didn't score 10-plus points. DeAndre Hunter didn't score 10-plus points, and he got hurt early in the third quarter. So that would have screwed that anyways. Just not a good night for me whatsoever. But again, it's been like a 3-day rut. I'm very, very confident with a action-packed Saturday college basketball slate. We'll slither out of it.
And without further ado, Beltway Ben, let's get to that action-packed college basketball Saturday. First down, I'll start with a couple of major conference favorites that I like. We'll start with Louisville. Louisville. This is another one, Beltway Ben, that makes me think maybe we should just start the Discord because I jumped this at 7.5 yesterday. 2 points on 7.5. That's this thing has gone up by what, 25%. I still think it's a smash opportunity for Louisville at Wake. Wake is 1-10 against the spread their last 11 games. Wake is 1-7-1 against the spread in the ACC. Wake has lost 6 of their last 7. Louisville, 14 wins, Beltway Ben, this season by 10 points or more. So Louisville's won 16 times, 14 of them by double digits. It's kind of what they do. Louisville's been covering lately in the ACC, and Wake, I just don't know that Wake's particularly good at much. We're also going to lay a big number here with the Boilermakers. Minus 19.5, juiced a little bit, minus 120. Oregon's coming to town. These Ducks don't fly straight, Beltway Ben. They've covered once of their last 8 games. They've lost 8 in a row. The Ducks on the road, 1-4 against the spread. Beltway Ben, guess the only cover. Guess the only cover. Here's a hint. Buzz, buzz.
I'm going to guess Maryland. I remember that game. I think I was on Maryland, actually.
Yeah, that's their only cover. The other Ducks road games in the conference, they failed to cover by 7.5, 24.5, 7, and 2.5 points. I mean, I don't know. Purdue, we saw them smash Maryland, which isn't saying a whole lot. But they had their little 3-4 game dip. I think they're back. They love smashing people. They can score in bunches. I just think it's a bad matchup for the Ducks.
Real quickly, this is for the Wake Forest Louisville game. We will
Louisville.
tail with Meaty. But yeah, I'm on a lot of college basketball today. That's about all. We do have a little bit of NBA late, but mostly college basketball. We'll start here. An exciting conference, mashup here. We're going to play Akron-Troy over 155. These two teams, or these two conferences, have done this in recent years. Just middle of the season, both teams going over. Listen, I like this spot here a lot. I think when you look at Akron and Troy and what's going on with them, Troy is a team where it's nothing special offensively. It's nothing special defensively. It's about average in college basketball, but they've played to other teams' paces, and they truly, if you watch them enough, can tell they will play at a faster pace.
They're a shapeshifter?
Yes, that's exactly what
Would
they
you
are.
call them a shapeshifter?
Yeah, that's exactly what I called them. They are that, though. But no, it's different, right? When you have the MAC going to the Sun Belt in the middle of the year and you see two different teams match up, it's a weird thing, but they do it in February every year. I like this a lot. I just think Akron, they're a top 50 offensive team in the country, and they've played that pace really with almost anybody. And a Troy team, the game's at Troy. Akron's offense has traveled. If you look at what they're doing on the road, they've had no issue scoring points on the road. We saw them score 82 against Buffalo. Just a few games ago, we saw 86 at Ohio. I don't know they're going to be slowed down against a Troy team that's really not slowing teams down. You look over their last 5, they're not playing at high of a pace, but go take that back into late December, early January, November. Troy was playing the majority of their games over this number. They were scoring 80-plus points. I think this is going to be a shootout. Both squads scoring a lot of points, and Troy is an underdog here, so interesting to see how this one goes. I do like the over here. Akron and Troy over 155 at minus 110.
Excellent. Second down for me. Let's go to a little bit more freaky deaky college hoops. Let's go a little bit off the grid. I got 3 plays here, Beltway Ben. You put them up there. We'll start with Presbyterian Lane, 16.5. Hosting Gardner-Webb. Yes, we love to fade Gardner-Webb, especially on the road. The Webbies, I don't even know what the hell they're called. We're going to call them the Webbies. The Webbies have covered one of their last
Bulldogs
5. They failed to cover 3 straight on the road. The Webbies have covered one of their last 9 on the road. 9 of the Webbies' last 12 losses, Beltway Ben. 9 of their last 12 losses are by 26 points or more. The Webbies love getting smashed. The first meeting between these teams, Presbyterian won at 92-55, Ben. I'm going to repeat that at the risk of killing our janky clock. The first meeting was 92-55. Presbyterians covered 4 of their last 6. Where are you taking me now? I will follow. It's like the last time you two made a good song. Stephen F. Austin. We love these crazy, I think they're lumberjacks. Laying the 8.5. It's juiced in our favor a little bit, minus 108. If you haven't been riding the Austins with us, why haven't you been? 12-2 against the spread in conference. 7-1 against the spread as a home favorite. 13-2 against the spread with equal rest. 17-4 against the spread overall. You know who they're hosting? We were on this one the last time. A little old rap by me, Lamar. Yeah, they covered and did the job at Lamar. Now they get we get Lambda, 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 and Omega Moves Part 2. You people knew I had to be on this game. It would have been un-American, unpatriotic. It would have been an affront to kangaroos and lobsters everywhere if we were not fading Little Old Rap by me, Lamar again and getting back on the Stephen F. Austin train. We like them to cover the 8.5. And then, yeah, a CAA over, damn Skippy. Have they been treating us great lately? Not so much. But our Campbell Camels just going down the road to NCA&T, an in-state cackalaca battle? Yeah, we're getting 160 points in this one. Over 159.5, minus 106. AT&T over in 7 of their last 9 conference games. AT&T 4-1 of the over at home in conference. Campbell's played 2 unders in the last 2 months. They went under by 1 and they went under by 3. Like, I don't know. A&T's over 5 of their last 6 at home overall. This is an A&T team that scored 79 on Towson at home like a week ago. Like, Towson's a legitimate defense. Campbell's a terrible defense. A&T home games have gone over by 14.5, by 10, by 7.5, by 18.5, by 31. We think both teams can score 85 in this one, Ben.
I'm going to go to a familiar face in a spot that we like to go. Second now, we're going to play Michigan State on the money line at minus 105 here in a matchup with Illinois. This should be a really, really good basketball game. And a lot of people I've seen are on Illinois. The public is all over Illinois. That's fine. I think at home, Michigan State finally finds a way to break through. They've been really good at home defensively.
Sparty's bad to me, Ben.
What'd you say?
Sparty's been bad to me.
Oh, they've struggled.
This one, but
they have not played good basketball. But you know how things go.
They've been they've been bad when I'm on them.
Yeah.
Rutgers, Minnesota, Penn State.
You know how things go in that arena, though. The officiating is going to be their way. We know Izzo will get the calls that he needs to. And this is a really, really big spot. Like, they already played Duke at home and had Duke on the ropes for 38 minutes before completely falling on their face down the stretch. Michigan State, I mean, both of these teams, to be quite honest with you, really have had tough schedules, top 5 in strength of schedule all year. But I think Michigan State pulls this one out. Illinois is due for one of those stinkers, a struggling matchup, and Michigan State needs this win. I mean, they just do. I thought coming into the year, I thought this is the best team Izzo's had in a while, and they were a national championship contender, and they just haven't proved to be that, right? They're playing ugly basketball. Fears is being the Draymond Green of college basketball. Grayson Allen back at Duke playing dirty basketball. And we've heard Coach call it out. Like, they've got to settle down now. Does he get benched for the first half of this game? Does that scare me a little bit? Maybe. I still think the Spartans come out on top. The crowd's going to be into it. They need this win. I would have paid money to be at that last practice right after that loss to Minnesota for Sparty, because Izzo, his voice was probably gone the first 4 minutes of that one. I just think I think they're going to get a win.
They were bleeding for Sparty in that practice.
Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. But I don't know. And this is like, the numbers probably don't back it up. This is more of a field play for me. And it's similar to my first down. Like, this is more of a field play. I just have a feeling they're going to go in here. And for college basketball, I'll be honest with you, the field plays usually work pretty well for me. So I'm going to go with it here. Michigan State on the money line minus 105.
Do-shi, de-shi, do-do-do-do-do-da. That's another banger from Revenge of the Nerds, the Doshi Dashi song. They're having the Olympics and they're riding the little tricycles. It's a timeless classic, Beltway, Ben. Probably not one to watch with Maddie, though. Don't watch it with Maddie. If you ever watch Revenge of the Nerds, don't watch it. It doesn't. It's not going to hold up very well in a lot of ways. In other ways, timeless classic. Hopzite! Guten Tag! We're back. Third down. New look Cleveland Cavaliers. I think Harden's playing in this one, Beltway Ben. I think he's playing in this one. We're laying the 12 with the Cavs at Sacktown. This is at Caesars. Caesars has the best odds on this. Sacktown sucks. Sacktown's 2-7 last 9 against the spread. Sacktown had just played like 6 in a row on the road. Now they're coming home. They failed to cover 3 straight at home. Last 15 games, Sacktown 28th in defensive rating, 26th in the NBA in net rating. Sacktown played last night. Sacktown with no rest, Beltway Ben. 2-6 against the spread. Average margin of defeat, 17.4 points. Failed to cover on average by 8.8 points per game when they are playing back-to-back. Cavs have covered 5-6. Cavs have covered 6 of their last 7 on the road. And the Cavs made a deadline splash, and I think they get to start cashing in on it here. Third down, Cavs. Let's go.
Here for third down for me, we're gonna go to one of the best rivalry in all of sports, maybe the best rivalry in all of sports. First time they're matching up, and we're gonna take UNC plus 5.5 against the Dukies tonight at -110. Listen, in Chapel Hill, to me, is the only spot that UNC has a chance here. Like in a few weeks, they're going to be playing, town, and you don't want that, right? So I do think they're going to have to try to get this one done in Chapel Hill when they play Duke at Durham. It's not going to be pretty, I don't think, but UNC has a fine team. They did the portal right. They're a solid basketball team. Now they've underachieved. I don't think Davis is the guy. I don't think Hubert Davis is a great coach, but I do think his squad could maybe get an upset here. But I'll take the 5.5. Duke hasn't been amazing in ACC. They're not losing, which is, you give them credit. But like a lot of games, they start off slow. And if you start off slow against a UNC team, they will bury you. Not many teams in the ACC can. Their first matchup with Louisville, that was ugly. They played horrible basketball in the first half. You got to give credit to Shire, what he did in the second half to adjust. But Louisville didn't have the dogs that they had last year. And Louisville's also was without Michael Brown in the first game. Second game was his first game back. This will be their toughest test since the first Louisville game. And I think they're in a little bit of trouble here on the road. We know this rivalry. You always have those close games. Even the years that UNC hasn't been what we thought they were. So I think UNC keeps this game somewhat close. And I think 5.5 at -110 is too big of a spread here. Wouldn't surprise me if they won outright if you want to throw a few bucks on that, on plus money. A little bit of a longer shot. But I like this game to stay close for the majority. Hopefully UNC can jump out early and hold it at least to a 5-point game. So give me the Tar Heels plus 5.5 at -110.
Interesting. I studied that game. I couldn't get home either way. That'd be an interesting one to watch. Brief aside, when they instituted VAR, I thought it would be to enhance goal scoring. I have no idea what a handball is. Our guy Dennis Undav should be taking a penalty from the spot right now for Stuttgart, with a chance to get the first goal and the anytime goal. I played soccer all my life, especially when you're defending around the box. You have to keep your arms in. If you have a stray arm that's out here and it deflects a shot on goal inside the 18, all my life that's a penalty. And now we got 9,000 video cameras and they keep finding ways to say inadvertent. Well, just keep your arm, run around the field like this, like a freaking bird. And I mean, I seriously, I do not understand what happened to handballs in the box. Unbelievable.
Great question.
Fourth down.
Sure
I also don't understand what happened to the value of this bet. I did not intend to give this bet out today, Beltway Ben. I intended to give out this fourth and weird on Super Bowl Sunday because when I played it like 3 days ago, I'm like, I don't think a lot of people are going to be messing with this one. Well, apparently they are. Actually, it was 2 days ago. 2 days ago, you could get either team in the Super Bowl to convert a fourth down conversion in their own territory at plus 260. Now it's plus 116. We still think it's going to happen, and here's why. You can study the data. These coaches are a little conservative, but we think both trust their kickers. You get a lot of drives now that start around your own 40. You're already close to midfield. They both trust their defenses. One quarterback can run really well. The other one, they get a tight end involved in a tush push, and they seem to like that. Like, I don't know, guys. I also think Seattle's going to be up by 2 scores at some point in this game, and New England's going to have to push it a little bit. And Seattle plays a lot of zone and give up a lot of space, and somebody comes over the middle and catches a 3-yard pass on 4th and 2 from their own 48. Like, I got to be honest, I loved it at 260. I don't know why we've lost this much value, but I still like it. The Super Bowl's different. A lot of trends in how people manage games early in the season go out the window. And drives are starting further out in your plus territory than ever before, and you want to avoid 3 and outs. So I like the bet, but I loved it at 260.
Yeah, I'll go to the Super Bowl as well. I want to play Darnold to throw a pick, but I was like, I would rather take a much better value on it. So I'm going to play him to throw a pick and also the Seahawks on the money line, right? You get a little bit better odds because it's 2 things. If Darnold's throwing interception, Seahawks probably shouldn't win, whatever. Like, you get those against each other to get us to plus 202. Listen, I'm confident in this spot for the Seahawks. A lot of people are, and I know it might be chalky, but when you have a team that is better than the other and a team that's kind of had a cakewalk, that's just where things are. So I do think Seattle wins the game, but Sam Darnold's going to throw an interception, in my opinion. Has not thrown one yet in the playoffs in the 2 games, but he didn't go during the regular season. He didn't go more than 2 games straight without throwing one. I think he's due to throw one, and it doesn't even have to be him being a double agent, right? A receiver popping one up in the air. Weird things happen in Super Bowls. We've seen it all the time. We've seen the best quarterbacks throw interceptions, and this is the biggest game of Darnold's career. Last game was the biggest as well, and he came through, had a strong game. But I think he's going to have to throw the football a little bit more. I know New England has struggled against the run, and they've been smart with how they've utilized Darnold, not making him do too much, and his wide receivers are amazing. I think he's going to take a shot down the field at some point, though, and New England, who's very opportunistic, will come away with one. But again, I'm going to add the Seahawks on the money line to it because I think these odds, plus 202, I don't care if he throws a pick. I still have a good feeling Seattle wins this game because their defense will turn the football right back over. And get them the ball back. So I do like Seattle on the money line and Sam Darnold to throw a pick at plus 202.
Excellent. Overtime for me. Let's do a college hoops parlay. All this college hoops inventory. You know we'd have a money line parlay. 2 of these games we've covered. 2 we will touch on. So we like Louisville. We like our Stephen F. Austin Lumberjacks. We like Navy, and we like New Jersey Institute of Technology to all win today. Louisville and Stephen F. Austin, we've covered. Little old rap by me, Lamar. One more chance to say it. Navy, we've been riding. Navy's been blasting people by 20 or more at home. Now, my only fear here, Beltway Ben, is that they're playing American. And when American's involved, it usually F's me up. But Navy's laying 6. Navy can pound them inside. Navy can beat them outside. I just think it's a great spot for a Navy team that's been tremendous at home. There'll be a good home environment there. And then, look, NGAIT is hosting our Binghamton Bearcats, who we love to fade. And Binghamton on the road has been a disaster. NJIT is not as good as they were last year, but they're back to scoring with pace lately. And we just think it's a good spot for them at home. Plus 149. And then we're also on the Cottagers, Fulham, to beat Everton this afternoon in the Prem. Look, Fulham 7-2-3 at home, 21 goals scored, 14 allowed. They've been very solid at Craven Cottage, and they've been pretty good overall. They're 3 wins, 1 draw, no losses in their last 4 at home. And they've been scoring goals, and they've looked good against better teams in the Prem all year. I feel like they don't get their due. Everton doesn't do anything special for me. The Toffees certainly can't score on the road, 11 goals in 12 road games. They do have 5 road victories, but if they have to play from behind, they're screwed. 1.05 expected goals produced per game on the road, tied for the 3rd lowest in the Prem. I do think the Cottagers, with the fans behind them, can get up 1-0, and if they do, I think Everton's cooked. Our Undav first goal is cooked, a banger for St. Pauli. We like Fulham. I think that's good value for Fulham at home.
Just like Jason, we do have a college parlay, and then we have an NBA one and an 2 NBA plays that we're going to talk about. First, Louisville on the money line, Bethune-Cookman money line, UNC alternate plus 14.5, Stanford on the money line, and UCLA on the money line plus 172. Again, some people don't like throwing 5 things together to get only plus 172. That's fine. I'm comfortable doing it. Louisville, Jason broke down I was going to give them out. Jason was on them, so I decided just to tail. I like Louisville a lot in this spot. This is a team that they should be able to beat up on at home. Kelsey's a great coach. I think he'll adjust. Bethune-Cookman, you guys know we've been riding them all year long. I was on them before most people. I got to be honest. Like, I thought they'd win this conference, and they're in a really, really good spot to do so. We gave that out at Hoops HQ, and it was really good odds. So I like Bethune-Cookman a lot there. UNC, we're taking up to 14.5. It wouldn't surprise me if they lost by 15 plus at Duke. To be quite honest with you, but at home in this type of spot with this type of crowd, and the rivalry matchup, and we've seen a lot of close games of late. I think UNC keeps it close, and it should be, at least, 10 points or less. I don't think they're losing by 15 plus. Stanford on the money line, they need to get right. They've struggled a little bit. It was a great start to the year. They've got an NBA prospect. Things were going well, but they've struggled in ACC play. You get a Georgia Tech team coming across the country who already isn't even good at home, but now you're going to Stanford. They're going to have to win. Yeah, I'm buying Stanford to win that one. And UCLA, listen, if you want to have fun cashing a bet or watching a bet, and then you want to watch the post game, watch this UCLA game and have the post game ready to go, because I do it every single time I have betting interest. Last Saturday, I was furious, and I was still like, I love Mick Cronin. But dude, you put this team together, right? Like, let's step back for 1 second. This is you. I don't understand how he continues to get kids to play for him. Again, some guys like that coaching. It's different, though. I've never seen anything like this. It's everybody else's fault except for his, including his players, the league, refs. But I do think they'll get right here at home against Washington. Again, though, please, I'm begging you. Regardless, if you go watch last Saturday's, because last Saturday I live bet them and was literally kicking the screen. And then I have to hear him post-game just calls guys idiots. And it's just... So if you want to have something to laugh at, even if they win, they could win by 50, he would be calling the lead.
Oh, yeah, he's angry.
Yeah, he's just an angry man. So again, Louisville money line, Bethune-Cookman money line, Stanford money line, UCLA money line, and UNC plus 14.5, plus 172. Real quick, we saw him get tossed. Remember?
I was about to say, we saw that angry little guy like me get thrown out of the game at College Park last year.
That was incredible. That was awesome. That was a fun game to be at. That was when Maryland first started, kind of, because that was right after the West Coast trip, I think, and they finally kind of got right.
No, that was where it kind of turned around.
Yeah. But here in the NBA, KD, CJ McCollum, CJ McCollum's 10 plus. This is wrong. It's KD and LeBron for 20 plus points, CJ McCollum for 10 plus points, and Alperen Şengün for 6 plus rebounds, plus 144. KD going back to OKC. I'm also going to give him out over 23.5 points at minus 120. I love this spot for him. When you go back to your old team, and I know SGA is not going to be there, but the Thunder are still 3.5 point favorites. Like, Houston is not playing the basketball that some people thought they would. They've been struggling a little bit, trying to figure things out. I think KD will be able to get it going, and he's going to have to play 4 quarters here because, as I said, even with SGA out, they're still favorites. McCollum, 10 plus points. Didn't go over it last game, but has been automatically going over that since he's been in Atlanta. They've needed that from him. LeBron, no Luka. You're playing the Warriors. We know that rivalry you have, and you built there with them. I think LeBron will get 20 plus with no Luka. And then Alperen Şengün, plus 144, 6 plus rebounds, plus 144. Got tossed last game. Called the ref a bad word, which you shouldn't call a female, but it's on video. Şengün is just one of a kind. Şengün is... You can't make Şengün up. I do love watching Şengün play, though. He always makes me laugh. So those are that. Now, I did want to give this out. LeBron James over 5.5 rebounds, which you can find anywhere from minus 125 to minus 130. We're going to play to minus 125. The Warriors are allowing more rebounds than almost anybody else in the NBA. They don't have a true big. Like, Draymond will play the 5. Quick post when he's in the game, stretches out. Like, they don't have a true big right now. So I just think LeBron's going to crash the boards a little bit with no Luka, the amount of boards they're allowing. And DeAndre Ayton could get the 10 plus at plus 118, but I'm fine going with LeBron because I know he's going to play the minutes. I know he always, LeBron James always knows where his stats are and every time. So I do think he might try to push for a triple-double with no Luka tonight. 6 plus boards. We also did have a few comments, and one was asking, listen, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I couldn't come there on the Wizards tonight. They were asking about a triple-double. Someone asked about Igor Demon, which is an interesting thought. The amount of money that the Pistons cost me the other night, though, just kind of has me completely furious. Jason, one of them asked, where in the apps is he finding that 4th and weird? What app did you use? Bet365?
Oh, that's DraftKings.
DraftKings.
No, sorry, FanDuel. You've got to go to move. It's weird. There's so much stuff offered here. They've got a weird tab that says move the chains. You got it. I almost couldn't re-find it myself when I was rechecking the value. I'm like, where the frig did I find this? I know I played it, and then even when I went into the app, it's like, what the hell category did I find this under? Move the chains.
Dominic commented, "Good morning, everyone. Little nervous about Beltway Ben now that I know he likes Patino. LOL. I think he's a good basketball coach. I think it's an interesting guy off the court. I think he's a good basketball coach. So I like Patino. That he said he's a little concerned about me liking Patino. I think he also is trying to look out for some of his players.
Patino, he does some under the table dealings.
He does. They all do it. He just got caught, and he was doing
That's some of his best strippers. Maneuvering under the table.
Brought some strippers in for the recruits. I do think that's interesting. Why would you not want to go to Louisville if you went there at that time and you didn't have a girlfriend? There were strippers there. Patino was trying to win. Patino's a winner. Like, I got to give him credit. Actually, my dad and I got to go to the Final Four when I was 11 or 12. And we saw that. We saw Patino win at Louisville. That was the year Louisville won it all, which was pretty cool. That was the Kevin Ware. Remember, he snapped his shin in half. Do you remember seeing that?
Yeah.
So that was a pretty cool atmosphere. And I saw Patino win then. And I'm just a diehard college basketball fan. And one of the only names I've always ever heard. It's the Izzos, Patinos. And I always think Patino's just a true dog. So I do like Patino a little bit. But then the last comment, and it's not all the off the court stuff. I like him as a coach. But the last comment I did want to get to. I've bet against the Wizards so many ways. Can't even get the Claxton triple-double anymore. Maybe Demon for a triple-double. Demon for a double-double, at plus 2,500. Dart commented that. Dude, listen. I can't fault you for playing whatever you want against the Wizards.
I mean, after their G League team beat the Pistons, you would think,
dude,
we're running out of games before the All-Star break. Wouldn't you think this would be extreme tanking?
But they tried the other night. What is a
They
double-double?
must have learned some lessons from that Beltway pen.
Dude, I was furious. That cost me a few chunk of. I also doubled down and live bet the Pistons and was like, "Oh, we're good." And then all of a sudden, dudes get rolled out. Like, dude, let me see what is Michael Porter Jr. for a double-double? Plus 239. I like that. There's not as good value. But Michael Porter will be active on the glass. He always is. He's playing. I kind of like that. He's got two double-doubles in his last 3 games played. I'll put a unit on that.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I didn't really even look at that.
I told myself to stay away, but...
Yeah, I didn't even look at the Wizards. I didn't want to talk myself into anything. I'm like, I'm just going to
That's how I was.
Guys for a while.
That's literally how I was so furious.
We've gotten our shots in. I'm gonna let their rib cage heal a little bit, and then we're gonna come out on the other side of the All-Star break and probably start body blow.
Plus 260 for Michael Porter Jr. I'll just say that. You know what? Unit. Give me one unit. By the way, I was going to attack them tomorrow, but it's Super Bowl Sunday, so I'm like, do I want to bet NBA tomorrow? They play the Heat.
You're on it, then I'm on it. Now I got an excuse to watch them.
Now we get to watch them.
Most of my college basketball games are early, so...
Yeah, it's opposite. We're the opposite. Most of yours are early. Most of mine are late.
Yeah.
And then we get the Wizards.
Like, my latest ones are like 6 p.m.
Yeah, good. You get to watch the Wizards. You get to put that.
But there, we give you the full panorama.
We do.
We give you the full kit and caboodle. All right. That's the show. We really do sincerely appreciate you watching, listening. Spotifyers, Apple Bottomsers, it is better if you watch. But then again, I don't know that they're ever going to sell this visually. So maybe it's better if you just listen. I don't know. Do both if you can. You can always email us, wannabetwithus@gmail.com. We appreciate when you guys let us know what you think. Tomorrow at 11, I've got my BetMGM game day, whatever the hell it's called, from 8 till 11, 8 to 10:55. We'll be live at 11 with a full Super Bowl show. We'll recap some of the bets we've made already. We have plays for you we have not given out on the show yet. I will be on the Bayern Munich-Hoffenheim match. Other than that, it's going to be all Super Bowl for me. And yeah, there's how it went last night. There's we're each coming up on, pushing 2,000 bets. each given out since May 21st. That's volume. Lot of plus money. Lot of plus money. You want to bet, we want to bet. You want to fade the Wizards, we want to fade the Wizards. You probably want a third dog in your household. I want a third dog in my household. Life was better with 3 dogs. Choppy, RIP. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Happy Super Bowl Eve. And we'll see you at 11 Eastern tomorrow.